So, my birthday is in a couple days, so I thought I would do the birthday book tag. I saw this over at Taylor on Tales and Treats with Tay's channel. I don't think she created it, but she's the one I saw do it first. So I thought, again, my birthday's coming up, so let's just do this tag. All right, so the first question is Birthday Cake, a book with a plot that seems cliche, but you adore it anyway. And for this, I went with, I forgot to get it out. It's over here. I went with Mrs. Witherspoon Goes to War by Mary Davis. So this plot is very much like exactly what you would expect it to be. From the back, once things get going, you cannot, every beat, if you've read stories, you could probably call it pretty much every single beat of this story, but I don't care, I loved it. Yeah, which is also weird. I think one reason I loved it so much is just because it subverted my expectation. I just said you can call every beat. That sounds weird. What I mean is, I don't normally think I like World War II fiction, but this book I adored. So, I don't know if maybe I actually do like World War II fiction now, or what, but I love this book. Again, I think it was just kind of unexpected. That might be why I loved it. But anyway, plot's pretty cliche. I mean, pretty much exactly what you would guess. But it was still really good. I really liked it. Alright, next is Party Guests. Your most anticipated book release for the year. And for that, I am going with Once a Queen by Sarah Arthur. I have talked about this like 4 times already or something. I haven't gotten my hands on it still. It's already come out. So I don't know if that technically counts, but hey, it's my video. I'm doing what I want. And yeah, I just haven't gotten my hands on it yet, but I really want to. It seems like a follow-up to Narnia, so like, yeah, I want to do it. I want to read it. Yeah, sounds so good. Then let's see. Birthday Presents is next. A book that surprised you with how much you loved it. And for that, I'm going to go with Scarlet Pimpernel by Baroness Imuska Orczy. Sure, we'll go with that. It's a classic, and I mean, I expected to kind of enjoy it, but I did not expect to love it. And boy, did I love it. Also, I don't like any of the covers for this book. Why are there no good, like, that one was the best one I could find on Google. I know it was a real quick search that I did, but still, like, none of the covers that popped up at first were pretty. They all are weird and have, like, the Scarlet Pimpernel seems evil, which he's not in the book. He's a good guy. He's rescuing people who would die in the French Revolution. That's it, the Revolution. So, yeah, I don't know why all the covers look so weird and bad. That one was the best one, but surely there are prettier covers out there. But anyway, I did not expect to love that book like I did, but I really did enjoy it, even though I called who the Scarlet Pimpernel was from, like, the first page. Not the first page. The first chapter, I think, probably I had called who the Scarlet Pimpernel was, but I didn't care. I still loved it. Alright, next question is Happy Birthday Song, a book that certainly deserved all the hype it got. Now, there are very few books that are as hyped as Lord of the Rings. But, like, this book series is so good. It's so good. Read it, please. It's so good. But start with Hobbit if you haven't read it before. But yeah, it's, I say it deserved all the hype that it got, because, like, you know, I think most people would probably say this is the best fantasy series of all time. And it's not my favorite, but it is the best, and I think there is a distinction there where, like, I don't love it on the same visceral level that I love a certain other series that you all know very well and that we will get to. Believe me, we will get to. But still, I do love this series very much, and I think it is technically better written and better world building and everything. Of course, they were trying to do different things. But, yeah, I love this series so much. So, alright, next question. Happy Music. A book with some very beautiful and truly memorable quotes. So I'm going with Pride and Prejudice for this, and pretty much all of Austen's works, actually, because Emma and, what's the other one? Persuasion? Persuasion. The letter. But, you know, I'm half agony, half hope. Emma has, If I Loved You Less, I might be able to talk about it more. Pride and Prejudice has the, what is it? I cannot fix upon the spot the moment I was in the middle before I knew I had begun. But then it has some really funny, memorable quotes. Like, you know, the first line is extremely memorable. Let's see. It is a truth universally acknowledged that a single man in possession of a good fortune must be in want of a wife. Which people don't seem to, like, modern readers don't understand Austen's sarcasm. That is sarcasm. But yeah. Let's see. And then when her mom is trying to force her to marry, Collins, and Collins, and her dad says, and appeals to her dad for help, and her dad says, not happy choices before you today, Lizzie. You must from this day be separated from one of your parents. Your mother will not see you again if you do not marry Mr. Collins. and I will not see you again if you do. I love him. I love that so much. And then, of course, the other really funny line that stands out to me right now. Lizzie writes, at the very end, when, I guess, spoilers for Pride and Prejudice, that's been out for almost 200 years now, if not over 200 years. When was this first published? 1813, yeah, more than 200 years. Spoilers for a book that is, like, 211 years old? 111 years old? Yeah, I think that'd be 111 years old. Years old. And yes, I said that on purpose. At the very end, after Lizzie and Darcy get together, Lizzie writes to her aunt, Mrs. Gardner, and tells her, like, you know, and also includes the text of the letter and, you know, says all these sweet things. You know, Lizzie and her aunt have a very good relationship, so it's very just a sweet letter between them. And then at the end, it says, after the end of Lizzie's letter, Mr. Darcy's letter to Lady Catherine was in a different style. It does not tell you what his letter was, but you just have to imagine, like, between those two people, what on earth could that letter have looked like? Yeah. Okay, so anyway, that has some really memorable quotes. Some funny, some sweet and inspiring and all that. And beautiful. Alright, 6 is Getting Older. A book that you read a long time ago, but you think you would appreciate it more if you read it as a more mature reader. So, probably Little Princess and Secret Garden. Probably those, but also I wanted to include those I read a long time ago. This one I didn't read so long ago, but I still need to reread it, and I think I would appreciate it more on a reread, and that would be Fantasties by George MacDonald. Because the first time I had no idea what on earth was going on. I think I don't remember when I read it first, but, like, I've read more classics now since the last time that I have read this book, and I think I would be able to appreciate it more now, which is like over 100 and something, barely like 100, it's 185 pages. So, like, I could probably sit down and knock this out in like 2 days. So I just need to sit down and read it. But yeah, I should probably reread that one. Alright, and then finally, Sweet Birthday Memories, a book that kept you incredibly happy during a sad or demanding period of your life. So during sad periods of my life, I can't remember reading any books in particular, like, during I read during the sad periods of my life, like during 2022, which was the year that everything happened in my family. Not going to go into all of it, but I do remember reading some, but, like, none of the books were great that I read then. I was just reading them because they were next on my TBR. And so, yeah, I don't necessarily remember that, but during demanding periods of my life would be college. And I didn't read too much for fun in college, but I do remember one book, or a few books, that I carried around in my backpack. Yeah, you guessed it. Narnia. I definitely read this, and during college, I remember Horse and His Boy specifically just living in my backpack I remember having it in chemistry, which is weird that's specifically the memory that I have, but I do have that memory. Yeah, so I definitely read Narnia during college. I read more during college for fun, but I just don't remember it all. And then I had some classes where I read actually fun books, but anyway, that's probably the most demanding period of my life that I can think of. Well, other than after I had a baby, which, in that case, if we want to go with that, let's go with Melanie Dickerson books, because I read those in February, because I had a baby, and we could count that, I guess. Or, what else did I read, like, right after he was born? I know did I reread No, I'd already reread Barenfell. I'm trying to think of other things that I read right after the baby was born. We read Christmas Carol as a family. I read a lot of ebooks because that was easy. So I read, what is the book? Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, and Through the Looking Glass, on my phone after the baby was born. So we could go with those, I guess. But anyway, and those definitely are happy books. But anyway, that is the end of that tag. Also, just like Narnia would just make me happy at any time. So reading Narnia will keep me happy. So this is probably not a tag you normally tag somebody with, but I know a few people who have birthdays in May. And I know this is going up in April, but my birthday is in May. So I'm going to tag Anne from In Search of Wonder, because her birthday is actually on the same day as mine, which is, like, really weird. Just found that out. So anyway, I'm going to tag Anne, because I know your birthday is very soon. And I'm going to tag Holly from Lovely Day with Holly, because her birthday is also in May. And if you got a birthday coming up, feel free to do this, or go ahead and just answer the questions in the comments, even if you don't have a birthday coming up. Or, like I said, save it for your birthday. Consider yourself tagged by me for whenever your birthday is. So that is the end of the birthday tag. Hope y'all enjoyed it. And like I said, leave your answers down in the comments. Especially let me know a book that certainly deserved the hype it got. Let me know that one, because I'll take that as a recommendation, quite possibly. All right. Please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all next time. Bye. Oh, and also please make sure to go and leave me questions on my community post for my Q&A that's upcoming for my 100 subscribers special. Yeah. Make sure to do that. I know several people already have, but just if you have any questions for me, just go leave them there, and I will answer those in that special that's coming up.